Hey guys, this is Kristen from KristenCoaching.com. Today we're going to be talking about how to show effort in a relationship. Effort comes easy to a lot of people, but not everybody. And normally, most likely, if you're watching this video, it's probably because you're feeling like maybe your other half isn't really showing as much effort and putting as much effort into the relationship as you would like them to. Or maybe you're hearing feedback that you're not really doing things that are showing that you care about the relationship as much. Whatever the reason why you're seeing this video, it's really important to take away some tips and some ideas of ways that you can show your significant other that you care about them. Relationships take work, and especially being in relationships for a long time, there's definitely effort that needs to be put in. And not only do you have to put in the effort, you have to make sure that your other half sees the effort that you're making and notices it and acknowledges it. We can't just keep coasting in relationships and hoping that they're just gonna stay strong and happy and healthy. They take work and they take effort. So I have some really exciting and helpful tips that I think that you guys can use that will show that you care about the relationship and that you care about your other half. And I really think that they'll be very helpful, and it'll just be a really good resource for you to kind of come back to if you're ever feeling like, things are kind of doling out, just in any type of a category, whether it's like communication between you guys or just kind of, that spark or the intimacy, just to remind each other that you care and you want to be in the relationship and you love your other half, essentially. So let's just dive into it, okay? So we're going to be talking about how to show effort into the relationship. Okay, so tip number 1, you're going to do little favors for your significant other. This can range from, picking up something at the grocery store that he or she likes, like a little dessert or a little treat or favorite snack that they could bring to work. Or maybe it's just something even simple of, getting up and taking their dish for them, and bringing it to the kitchen after dinner, so they don't have to get up. Just like little things to show that you are thinking about them and you're tending to them and you're caring about them. Those little favors can really go a long way. So tip number 2 of how to show effort in a relationship is keep learning new things about your significant other. And this one is really, really huge because especially if you have been in a relationship for a really long time, if you ever get to the point that you feel that you know your other half like the back of your hand and there's nothing new you can learn, that's a really dangerous line to walk on. Yes, we pride ourselves into knowing our significant others really well. Absolutely. But you do not know 100% every little thing about them. How they think, what they feel, what they went through each and every single day. That's absolutely impossible. So we want to learn as much as we can about our significant others and keep learning. I always go on road trips with my other half, and I love going on the road trips because we are always asking questions with each other. We're always kind of strolling down memory lane and learning new things about each other during these road trips. And I always tell my husband how much I really like them because I always learn something new about him, and it excites me and it makes me feel good, and I want to know new things about him and I want to hear about his life. So that's important to do, and I suggest you guys do that too. And then another thing you can do is, remembering important dates are really important for the relationship. You want to remember anniversaries. You want to remember, moments that you did something special together. You want to remember even your partner's family's important dates to them. Maybe it's your in-laws' wedding anniversary, or maybe it's your, sister-in-law's wedding. Just something to show that things that have happened between you guys or your other half's family, is also important for you. So being able to remember those dates are important. Now, I don't expect you to be a super, memorize every single date. I mean, obviously that's impossible, but you can write it down in your calendar. You can refer to it. We all have iPhones or some type of an Android now, so you can put it in your calendar and remind you, every year on that date, what that important moment is, and you can talk about it, and that can be really fun. And it's a way to, again, stroll down memory lane together. Another thing you can do to show effort in the relationship is just to continue to be respectful and courteous. What does that look like? Well, I mean, it's different for everybody, but in my relationship, we always say thank you to each other when we do something nice for each other. We don't always say please, but we say please as much as possible. We don't expect each other to do anything for us. We're not demanding or entitled by any means. So pleases and thank yous, and just really showing appreciation for your other half, and taking that extra step to acknowledge it is really important. And then another way to show effort, and this one's a really big one, is to make sure that you apologize when you do things that are wrong, essentially. We all make mistakes, and we all have to take responsibility for our actions. And saying I'm sorry should be a fairly frequent thing. I mean, it doesn't have to be every day or possibly even every week if you guys aren't having a disagreement. But consistently, you're going to make mistakes and you're going to upset the other person in one way, shape, or form. So being able to apologize and be sincere about that is a really huge way to show that you care about the relationship. And then also plan some date nights together. Go out. That's a good way to put in some effort. Plan a date where you guys can have your one-on-one time, have some fun, do something exciting. And even that being said, just making time to have alone time together is really important as well. Quality time and showing that your other half, that you care about it, so you're going out of your way to plan it, is really important. And then just a few more. Compromise in a relationship is a huge way to show that you care, and it's a huge way to show effort in the relationship. So make sure that both you and your other half are compromising and figuring out a plan that makes both of you happy, and where both of you are taking in each other's consideration into whatever decision you're making. That's really important. And then just being interested in your partner. Keep asking your partner questions. Be curious about their lives. How's their day going? What did you do today? That's a huge way to show effort, because it just shows that you care and you're interested in what they have to say. No matter how busy you are, no matter how your life is going, you want to make time for your other half. And then the last thing you can do on how to show effort in your relationship is just to make sure that you are not considering leaving the relationship. And I know that sounds like kind of a crazy thing to say, but if we feel that, at any point we can just leave, or mentally we have kind of one foot in the relationship and one foot out, emotionally we can even subconsciously not put in as much effort when we feel that we are kind of out the door, or we can go out the door at any minute, that we're kind of ready to leave. So to say to yourself, you know what, I'm staying in this relationship for good or for worse, and I'm going to do every single thing I can to stay in this relationship, automatically you're going to be putting in a lot more effort than you would if you were, again, about to bolt, or you felt like you could bolt at any time. I mean, yes, in my relationship, I feel that I choose to be in this every single day, and maybe there might be a day that I choose not to be in it, and I hope that doesn't happen. But if it does, I will have a conversation with my partner about it. But that's different than me mentally being gone somewhere else and me feeling like I don't want the relationship, but I'm still here. Because if I feel like I don't want it, but I'm still in it, I'm not going to be showing that I really care about it, because mentally I'm going to be somewhere else. So hopefully you guys can see that difference. So kind of just making that emotional commitment that you are here to stay is really important to do, and a great way to show that you care about the relationship. So if you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to write them below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And thank you so much for joining me for this video, and I will definitely see you guys next time. Bye.